Life of Arthur Ashe by Eric Yoon. Arthur Ashe is the first African-American tennis player to win both the Wimbledon and US Open, and is the only African-American male to be ranked #1 worldwide tennis player. Early life. Arthur Ashe was born on July 10, 1943 in Richmond, Virginia. He is the older son of Arthur Ashe Sr. and Mattie Cunningham, who provided him with a good education, and he could read by the age of 4. Sadly, his mother died when he was 6 years old. Early tennis life. Arthur Ashe started playing at 7 years old at a nearby park. He caught the attention of Ronald Charity, a successful US tennis player at the time. He was introduced to Dr. Robert Walter Johnson, who also coached tennis champion Althea Gibson. He excelled at the sport. He reached junior national championships in his first tournament, and because of that, he was ranked 5th best player in the United States, winning the US Open and Australian Open. Arthur Ashe is the first African-American recruited into the United States Davis Cup team. He won the US Open while still being an amateur player, which was never heard of before. Later, he won the Australian Open 2 years later, becoming #1. After beating tennis champion Jimmy Connors at the Wimbledon finals, Arthur Ashe was crowned the first African-American to be ranked #1 player worldwide. He is also the first African-American male into the International Tennis Hall of Fame. Awards and honors. He is the NCAA singles champion. He won the US Open Championship, an Australian Open Championship. He was named ATP Player of the Year. He won a Wimbledon Championship. He was named BBC Overseas Sports Personality of the Year and was awarded the ATP Sportsmanship Award. He also has an amazing win-loss ratio of 818 wins to 260 losses. Participation in politics. Arthur Ashe created multiple kids' tennis programs following his retirement. He spoke out against apartheid in South Africa and participated in multiple protests. He wrote for multiple newspapers and magazines, including Time, Tennis, and the New York Times. He also wrote a book called The Hard Road to Glory, which talks about the hardships of African American athletes, health issues, and death. Arthur Ashe underwent multiple operations and brain surgery. He found out that he contracted AIDS from his second blood transfusion. After knowing about this disease, he raised awareness about it and helped raise $5 million. Sadly, he died on February 6, 1993. After his death. After he died, he received multiple honors from President Bill Clinton, including a statue of him on Monument Avenue. There is also a street in Richmond named after him. The main US Open Stadium is now named Arthur Ashe Stadium. He was also awarded the ESPY Award of Courage.